Hi, my name is Ryan Heiserman, and I was given group therapy as the Share What You Know disorder. What exactly is group therapy? Group therapy is a form of psychotherapy where a group of people with the same problem or concern get together with at least a therapist or two and talk about their past experiences and try to give each other some feedback about what is going on in each other's lives, with the therapist coming in every once in a while to try to get everybody back on focus. It is a very useful therapy for some of the following people, like populations with eating disorder, Alcoholics Anonymous, Narcotics Anonymous, sexual abuse victims, Alzheimer's caregivers, which I will get into in a minute, and disability caregivers, which are something that I'm really interested in, just to name a few. Just to give a little background into group therapy, it was started before the 1900s in the Hull House by Jane Addams. Alcoholics Anonymous was founded in the 1930s, which is probably the most iconic or the most well-known group therapy to date. It became more popular after World War II when all the soldiers returned, and they had to start a lot of groups because of PTSD from coming back and stuff like that. The main purpose of group therapy is uh, to allow the group members to openly share their experiences with others through commonality, in hopes that they have had the same experience and have some advice for how to deal with some situations. There are 5 different stages of group therapy that I found. The first stage is where the group members start to get oriented to each other, to the group. The second stage is when they start to become uncomfortable with each other, and they start actually conflicting a little bit because they are unsure of what their personal norms are and what the group norms are. The third stage is the ideal stage, which is where all of the group members come together and form an alliance, and they can just throw ideas and opinions off of each other. The fourth stage, is where they start experimenting with new ideas, come back the next week saying, "Oh yeah, that really worked for me," or "This one that you said didn't work for me, but it worked for this guy." And then unfortunately, the fifth stage is, well, unfortunately or fortunately, depending on which way you look at it, is the terminating of the group. How group therapy is effective for Alzheimer's caregivers. According to the website alz.org, the closest group therapy session for Alzheimer's caregivers for our area is Wilkes-Barre, which is about 2.25 hours away. There are only 4 through the entirety of Pennsylvania. There's Wilkes-Barre, Harrisburg, Pittsburgh, and Erie. But they do also have an online support group in case you can't get to any of the 4 locations. These locations house therapy sessions for children, individuals with younger onset, and early stage Alzheimer's, and adult caregivers. There are a few problems with the treatment of group therapy. The number one problem is that there is not as much one-on-one time as you would have in a traditional therapy setting. That's where you have a therapist and you have a client, and whereas here in the group therapy setting, you don't have that one-on-one bonding with one therapist. The only other problem that I had found was that some people don't feel comfortable talking about their past experiences with Alzheimer's, with their friends or family with Alzheimer's, because they would be talking to people that they had just met about a subject that is pretty personal to a lot of people. I know me personally, whenever I go home, I am my grandfather's caregiver, and I know that it would be a great experience for me to go to a caregivers group therapy just to see what it was like. And I hope you enjoyed. Thank you.